Welcome back, folks. The Dow Industrial's right now up 14. You get the Nasdaq up 34. S&P's up 7. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Jack Gleason, from Major League Trading, as we do each and every Thursday at 40 past the hour. Jack Gleason, what's going on, brother?
Guys, how's it going? I believe last time we talked, the Dow was the strongest index. I think it's the weakest here so far today on a percentage change basis. It's tied up with the Russell, but got a couple of charts for you guys. You know, summer's coming to a close end in Chicago, so I'm thinking about moving somewhere south, closer to you guys. How's the weather down there?
This is a good time to move down here.
It's beautiful, man.
Give it about 6 weeks and move down here, and then you got it made until May 30th, man. Yeah.
I think I'm going to Costa Rica, actually, for the winter, so...
Yeah? Where are you going to go? What part of it?
Santa Teresa, however you want to say it. It's on the west coast of Costa Rica, but yeah, I'm going to just rent a home down there and... live like an expat, but still pay my taxes.
We might have to visit Jack instead then.
That's, you know, and the internet's great down there, you know. Yeah. I mean, I've been there a few times, and I haven't done the show out of it, but I mean, it's just like being right here. Yeah. Right? There's no difference, man. And of course, living is a whole different animal. It's awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, much more of a relaxed lifestyle for sure. Yeah, the one thing I had to check with my the guy I was renting the home from, I'm like, listen, I need a solid internet connection, or this will not be possible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be trading with an ocean view instead of a city view.
Perfect. So we can't wait to see that background in your interviews, man. Perfect.
You're gonna cut down your trading like pretty dramatically. You'll find out real quick.
And probably increase your profits, man. And quality of life. There you go.
You know, I've slept on those beaches more times than, yeah. It's a real easy place to just lay out and go to sleep and groove. And you go surfing simultaneously. You'll have the waves where you are, which is great.
All right, so we got your charts up here. Jack, you want to start with the Dow?
All right, let's start with the Dow. Pull it up on mine. So if last week I came on, the Dow was the stronger market, and today it's, you know, not that it's I mean, it's still positive here, but I just want to talk about a couple of resistance levels above, and then obviously if we get through them, where I think we could head from there. So today I'm looking at right around 25,827 to 25,800 is really just being like a topside resistance that we could possibly struggle with. But the way we've set up is just in a same anchor new high sequence. It's actually from a anchor from last Thursday. Last time it was on, we pulled back into that 38% retracement at the open. That's going to give us upside targets above 2,600. There is some old daily targets unfilled up at the 25,950 and 25,968 level. So we'll expect those to just stall us, possibly on the way up. But I'm looking for a continuation here in the Dow, and I was actually happy to see that pullback over the last 2 days here. Of course, all you need is a little bit of a news event to get the sellers coming in and getting them pumped. And right now we're holding the necessary levels we need to hold. Assuming we continue to hold those levels, I believe we're going to continue to trade higher up into those profit targets over the next week or so.
And then the second chart we have, I believe, is the S&P. Yeah,
I believe so.
Yep, the S&P. So S&P, similar sequence, except it's an extension from a location of Monday's last Wednesday's swing. So that 38% retracement traded on the Michael Cohen news at the end of the day on Tuesday. Yesterday, it was like all that news came out. The market really didn't care much about it halfway through the day. We had FOMC meeting minutes. Didn't really have much of a reaction to them. I didn't get a chance to go over them. I'm not sure if you guys did, but this 2873 half resistance and 2878 half, those are both just prior levels that we've traded. Now, we're not at new all-time highs in the S&P. The Russell is, but those can just be previous levels of resistance that we've broken down from. And anytime we break down from a level in the past, I look at the area location where we had begun selling off and then anticipate that to be resistance moving forward. So that's where I got that 2873 half. I actually had that on my chart before we traded it on Tuesday. We dipped 2 pips in and then sold off, pretty much 20 points. A little more than that. So still respecting those resistance levels above. If we can get that full continuation breakout, We got 28.88 profit targets I'm looking for. And then if we do break down, 28.43 zone is where I have an untested support. So 28.43. Also, if we fail to continue higher and do start trading lower, take out Tuesday's low. Look for that level to stick and rip. I don't think we're going to get through that on a first test. So mark up that 28.43 on your S&P chart. And then I didn't send you gold, but I'm really watching gold. Had a nice reversal out of last Wednesday, but I'm going to be watching the 1187.8 level, which is the full halfway back from the bottom of the range, which happened last Thursday to Wednesday, yesterday's high. That 50% retracement, 1187.8. So mark that up as well. Just wanted to go over that because I know you're a gold guy, so keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, you know it's going to be interesting. I mean, we're only 10 days away from Labor Day and going full bore into the fall, which when I was looking at that the S&P chart there, you had like a 40-point spread from the highs to the lows, which is, and that's you know what you can actually see, folks. Okay, once we get into September.
I'm surprised we haven't seen it a little recently. There's been a lot going on with earnings, with news.
Shake it off,
new
man.
time. It was remarkable in that, you know, all-time highs right before we had that sell-off, right, Jack?
Right.
On the news on Tuesday, you had all-time highs. It's like,
I was on the air.
That would be ironic
yeah.
if things fell apart from all-time highs on the news, but guess what? Not happening. Not just yet.
No, right. You're going to need more traders in-house.
Yeah, we're seeing it here. I mean, last 2 weeks of summer up north, you know, this is the time you want to take a vacation with your kids.
Right.
They're going back to school after Labor Day. They're already back in school kind of in Florida, but man, it's hot and humid. It's the final part of the summer here as well.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah, so, you know, going into the fall, Jack, it's going to be interesting because it's, you know, we're right at these highs, man. The bottom line is that they're going to, you know, bust them up or bust them down.
Right up at them. I mean, we're just, you know, we're getting these shallow pullbacks. Those are necessary for really the market to continue higher. You know, we need sellers to go higher. We have to trap traders. We have to take traders out. We have to lighten the load. And each one of these pullbacks that holds, and, you know, we're going right back to highs. You know, you have that quick reactionary pullback on Tuesday on a news event, and then boom, we're right back to where we were. That's telling you the market remains strong. I'm not concerned by any means any larger sell-off. You know, it's easy to break levels, but you got to respect the fact that we can hold support and rally back to highs. And as long as we're continuing to do that, there's no need to be bearish in the indexes here at least. So just continue to see, you know, are we coming off those supports and trading back into highs? And that's what we have right here. Now, if we start trading those supports, fail to get back to highs, you know, then you can start getting a little more bearish. But just still full bull ahead, you know.
Yeah, full bull ahead.
Those S&P they shook that off by 9 o'clock that night and started trading higher. Totally.
Listen, folks, again, Jack writes over at the Nadex site. Just come over to our website at TFNN. You know, hit the Nadex News, check him out. His website is MajorLeagueTrading.com. Jack, you have a great week, safe week. We look forward to speaking to you next Thursday.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too, Jack. Thanks.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. We'll wrap up with these natural gas numbers.